we could for right now. We'll just have to see if we can hold on to the draft here for the first 20, 25 laps to get us that caution and work on it some more and try to make it a little better.
All right, thank you. To Matt Yoakum.
Well, Ricky Craven also pitted under that caution for a possible tire rub. But now, Mike Beam, do you have a possible engine problem?
I don't know. He said it just wouldn't go here at first, and, you know, we thought maybe something's in the cow, but it wasn't. You know, it run a fast lap right there, so hopefully we just come from the rear here and, you know, make it a good night.
This team is chasing $1 million tonight, 13th in points. It could be a huge night for the 32 team.
At the front of the field, a 10-car breakaway, and it includes all 3 cars of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, which come in here as the favorites.
And they were single file for about almost a lap. And when you're single file in the draft, you will pull away from cars that's running side by side because they're back there disturbing the air for each other. But all of a sudden, these guys decide they want to start racing. If the other group gets lined up, they'll catch them in a hurry.
Yeah, it's hard to get away. You might get a little gap like we see now, but it's hard. There's a car up high going into turn 3.
Behind you. It's Johnny Benson.
Boy, stay up there. Stay up there. Hold it up there.
Kent.
Don't come down.
Everybody gets...
Oh, man. Got another car smoking coming off the corner here.
Okay. Caution waving as they come to the line. And the car smoking is Kenny Schrader, Benson's teammate.
The 36 car.
Yeah, that's the oil. I think it looks like an oil leak on Schrader's car, like an oil line.
The oil pressure is still good. Oil pressure is still good.
He's got an oil line.
Came off Johnny's car when he had problems.
Something came off of Benson's car, he says, and must have punctured an oil line. Now, I believe all of this havoc we're having here, this mayhem, is because we've had no practice. These cars have not been on the racetrack together like this all weekend long.
In NASCAR, they're going to give these guys a caution after they run about 20 or 25 laps to adjust their car, but right now we're only getting about 2 or 3 green laps of running.
Did you call the driver and tell him that? Because they don't act like it.
But how ironic and how unpredictable in this race that teammates go out in the same corner. Benson in the wall, piece off his car, hits his teammate Schrader.
Guess what happened here in February? Piece off of Michael's car. Oh, he looked like he got turned.
That's Johnny Benson up against the wall.
In February here, a piece off of Michael's car cut down Dale Jr.'s right front tire, teammates. That looked like, I'm not so sure he didn't get some help getting up there like that, Larry.
Yeah, there you saw the Schrader on the bottom, and there's Johnny Benson. Of course, just been back 2 or 3 races after being injured back at Richmond in a Busch Series race.
And broke a couple of ribs when he hit the turn 3 wall at Richmond.
And going into the 3rd turn there and get hooked though like he did and turned up into the wall, that's going to hurt. He's stunned.
Let's have another look here.
Yeah, they're coming down the back here.
There's Benson right there in the 10 car. He moved up.
No, he didn't move up.
Whoever the car right there got into his right rear.
That car moved down. I don't know why, but something caused that car, the outside car, to move down. That's kind of hard to tell who that was. But somebody clipped him in the right rear.
So Benson, who led a number of laps in the Daytona 500 and might have won it, one of several drivers who had a chance to win, is out early tonight.
That's the same look he had when he got out of the car at Richmond, Mike.
Schrader on pit road with the hood up with that damage from the Benson crash. Bobby Hamilton there. Hut Strickland goes by. Stacy Compton, Jeff Burton, Kyle Petty, and Terry Labonte are all on pit road. One more lap to clean up the 2nd caution of the night, and we'll go back to green flag here in the Pepsi 400.
Well, here's what happened. Here's Michael right here. Michael's coming down the outside. He feels like he's going to get hung out to dry. 31 moves up, and here comes the 10 to go with him, and they collide. The 10's moving up a little. Michael's moving down a little. They come together, turns Benson into the fence.
I mean, one was definitely moving up, one was coming down.
Exactly, and they're just trying to get in the preferred line, taking up the same real estate.
Now let's go to Jeff Hammond for an update on Tony Stewart.
What they're trying to do right now with Tony Stewart's car, the reason why they brought it behind the wall, is he hit so hard it has taken all these support bars and pushed it in over close to the radiator and really messed up the shape of the bar as the front nose is concerned right here. Right here you see the support bars on our car. All these bars were crushed into the radiator, so they had to get these bars cut away to be able to bring the nose back out. And the reason for that is here at Daytona, like any super speedway, you try to keep this arrow shape right here to make the car more aerodynamic so it can run through the air, make good downforce, make the car where it's got some speed. One other thing that's happened here is because of the front end so much damage, the air that comes over the hood was wrinkled. Cal was not able to get any air, so they had to get the hood fitted back up, so they thought it'd be best to go behind the wall to work to make all this stuff fit back up so they can make this shape. The only way they could do that was bring it behind the wall, cut everything away, and you see them right now, they're welding support bars back to the nose to make that area stiff enough so that at 190 miles an hour, Tony Stewart's got an opportunity to run in the draft.
Yeah, and Jeff, they only have one shot to get him back out there. One, it has to be safe, but he's going to find it hard to find anybody to run with, and he has to maintain a minimum speed of 55.89 seconds. They've been racing in the mid-48s.
But based on what we've seen, Larry, getting this car fixed and getting it back out there could pay big dividends at the end of the night because they're wrecking left and right. At least his is repairable.
Yeah, and Darrell, one thing I want to add, it doesn't seem that he's got any kind of suspension damage right now.
We're coming to green. We'll get speeds at the line to see if Kevin Harvick is again bringing them down for one of those Texas restarts.
It's already a little quicker.
I'm pretty sure he got a call.
Green flag, green flag.
Started about 66 miles an hour. Going up through the gearbox now. Probably came down there in second gear, grabs third, then grabs high gear. 115 miles an hour at the start-finish line.
That lead draft is 40 cars long. That's how many cars are on the lead lap as Ken Schrader restarted on the inside because he is one lap down. He started alongside the leader and is trying to get his number 36 back on the lead lap.
And he has the help of fast race cars. Jeff Gordon in the 24 car, Dale Jarrett in 88, that inside line lined up behind him. I mean, look how close these guys are running. And this is getting up to almost 185, 190 miles an hour.
That's why we wreck. When you race that close together,
Clear,
just one little slip, you're into the guy and you're 180 miles an hour and you wreck.
Kevin Harvick has led all 13 laps so far. But Dale Jarrett has pushed Jeff Gordon into the lead.
24 races without a win. I believe Jeff Gordon's going to be up on the wheel tonight, guys, because he can win this race. He's got a good race car. This would be a good race for him to win.
The man on the move, though, is Rusty Wallace. That number 2 Ford started 37th and climbed up to 11th place in just 2 laps. He's up to 9th now.
And he was fast in practice before qualifying. They were pretty much scratching their head. I talked to his crew chief, Billy Wilbur, and they just could not figure out why they lost so much time when they went to qualify.
You can come from with restrictor plates. Starting in the back is not a problem. You got a fast car, you can drive right to the front because you're drafting off every car you come to.
Interesting that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has now won all the restrictor plate races.
Still there.
Except the Daytona 500. That's the one where you have to give up your car for a year to Daytona USA. He's won all the others. He gets to keep running the same car.
Might not be all bad.
It's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, it's good news, bad news. Good news, you won the race. Bad news, they're going to take your car away from you.
His teammates, Michael Waltrip in the 15 and Steve Park in the 1 in that lead pack.
Kenny Schrader in the 36 car, he got caught in the middle. He's up there trying to get that lap back. He's going to fall back to about 7th or 8th position on the racetrack.
The 09 car we don't see often, but when we see it, it's up near the front. Jeff Bodine, the 1985 Daytona 500 winner, finished 3rd in this year's 500 in this James Finch-owned number 09 Ford. And pulling up alongside the Bodine's white Ford is that silver Dodge of Sterling Marlin, our point leader.
Just hope Sterling can keep all of his fenders straight tonight.
Him and Rusty Wallace in the 2 car, they're starting to work that high groove. There, see Mike Wallace in the 33 pulling up behind him as well. Now they have Harvick in the 29 caught in the middle. What he's listing for right now is the spotters say clear behind somebody.
He's not doing that on purpose. He's not going backward on purpose. He just about got in trouble right there off going into turn 3. He and I believe that's Todd Bodine or Smoke.
There it goes.
Trouble. Car. Hard in the wall goes Mike Wallace. Scoots across into the grass, and half the field goes to pit road to take evasive action as the caution flag flies for the 3rd time in just 17 laps.
We do have a pit road speed, but when something like this happens, it don't matter. They're doing what they need to do to try to stay out of trouble. You almost could see that starting to happen way back in turn 4.
This is like deja vu all over again as far as I'm concerned. The wrecks here are. The hits just keep on coming, guys.
Watch the white 33 of Mike Wallace. White with a blue roof in the outside lane.
The 31 car is really probably what caused this problem.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 8 just slides up in front of him.
People are having to slow down and take evasive action because there's a car up there high trying to get back in line. Somebody checks up just a little bit and you get tapped from behind.
And as the field accordion, it'll look like Steve Park got into the back of Mike Wallace and turned him around.
See Park there. Boy, everybody in that crowd right there. Oh, man, that car almost tipped over.
All 3 wrecks have been where somebody has clipped somebody with fender to quarter pounder.
Just not quite enough room to get in line.
Let's watch it with Fox Tracks to show Mike Wallace's speed.
184 miles an hour, slowing down just a little bit right here as he pulls up on the back of Sterling Marlin. There you see he clips the wall running almost 150 miles an hour.
And boy, I tell you what, that's a great job on everybody's part to not get any more cars involved.
There's a lot of cars coming at him.
Mike Wallace in a part-time ride for Andy Petrie Racing that they hope to turn into a multi-race deal, colliding with Steve Park, whose option was not picked up by Dale Earnhardt Incorporated on the June 15th deadline. So Park is hoping to stay with this team or get picked up by another for next season.
Well, there's a lot of talk about Sam Harness Jr. coming in from the IRL series, and I tell you, that's a lot of talent right there from what I've seen in the IRL.
We saw him at Richmond the other Saturday night.
Oh,
Saturday night, he just blistered him in the last couple of laps. 3 caution flags in just 18 laps to start the Pepsi 400. The fireworks have come early here at Daytona.
I still think some of the problems on these guys clipping each other, and we've seen that a lot this year, is the big headrest that we run now. The pits are still closed. That's what that flag means. These big headrests, the Hans devices, the Hudson's device, I think it's really limiting the amount of peripheral vision that drivers have. A lot of them have little mirrors there now on the side so they can see down the side of the car.
And I see a lot of our leaders coming to pit road right here. A little surprised. I know we're on lap 18, but only half of those laps have been run under green, but pretty much the whole field is hitting pit road, Steve Burns.
Jeff Gordon in. There will be no chassis adjustments to this 24 car of Jeff Gordon. 4 tires only. No chassis adjustments. Jeff likes the way the car is handling. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. pits. He's only going to take on fuel. The 88 car of Dale Jarrett pits. He will take on 4 tires. No major adjustments. He only pitted because he was going to wait and see what the 24 did. Jarrett, though, is going to lose a lot of track position.
This is the 31, Robbie Gordon. Look, he had that damage right there. I mean, that's what happens on pit road on Daytona. We end up with 35 to 40 cars on pit road at one time.
And they can't work on it right there because they're not in their pit stall.
There's obviously the car that he got into, Todd Bodine, in the 26. They're pitting right behind each other, right next to each other.
You know, if this was happening at the end of the race, I could understand it. But everybody's racing like this a 10-lapper.
A lot of damage to Todd Bodine's Ford. And there you see the corresponding damage to Robbie Gordon's Chevy.
He'll bring that back in, just put it on the card, I guess.
Kurt Busch is also in for an extended stop for left front damage to his Ford. So all these cars that spent 100 hours or more in the wind tunnel being so carefully massaged, a lot of